In the summer of 2019, 3.5 million people signed a joke Facebook pledge to raid an active military base in the Nevada desert. The goal was to see them aliens, and while only a few thousand actually showed up to the gates, the event highlighted a massive modern obsession. For decades, the United States government refused to acknowledge that this 90,000-acre facility even existed. It remained off public maps until 2013, when the CIA finally referred to it by name in a declassified report on spy planes. That silence created a massive information vacuum, and the public quickly filled it with wild speculation. The theories started early, fueled by the 1947 crash in Roswell, New Mexico, where witnesses reported seeing the strange debris and recovered craft being whisked away by the military. This alien connection became permanent in 1989. A man named Bob Lazar appeared on a Las Vegas news station, claiming he had been hired to reverse engineer extraterrestrial technology at a site near the base. While the government was testing flight technology, they found that the alien rumors provided a convenient layer of civilian-made cover for their actual operations. The project began in 1955. During the Cold War, the CIA needed a remote, secure location to test new aircraft far from the reach of Soviet surveillance, and they settled on a dry lakebed in the Nevada desert. The site was a desolate, dust-blown wasteland. To make the relocation more appealing to aeronautics engineers and their families, the aerospace company Lockheed rebranded the base with a more inviting name, Paradise Ranch. When you isolate teams of high-level engineers in a desert compound with a blank check for defense research, they tend to build machines that look like nothing else in the sky. The U-2 spy plane was the first aircraft to trigger a wave of UFO reports. It cruised at 70,000 feet, and its polished silver body reflected the sun so intensely that it looked like a glowing orb to anyone watching from below. Commercial pilots in the 1950s usually stayed below 20,000 feet. When they saw these silver reflections moving at speeds and altitudes they believed were impossible, they reported them as unidentified flying objects. The U-2 was followed by the SR-71 Blackbird. Its needle-like fuselage and ability to fly at Mach 3 defied the standard rules of aviation, making it appear otherworldly to casual observers. Later, the military tested the F-117 Nighthawk. Its jagged, geometric design was built specifically to scatter radar waves, but to a human witness, the sharp angles made the craft look like it came from a science fiction film. The military didn't have to put effort into a cover story. The public's own imagination provided the perfect explanation for the strange shapes they saw in the desert sky. There is a grain of truth to the rumors that Area 51 was used to take apart and study foreign technology. Under a project called Have Donut, the military was actually reverse engineering a Soviet MiG-21 jet. They had obtained it from an Iraqi defector and spent years testing it against American fighters to find its weaknesses. But the secrecy wasn't just about protecting jet engines. The base is located right next to the Nevada test site, the primary zone for American nuclear weapons development. The government conducted over 1,000 nuclear detonations here. Projects like Operation Plum Bob resulted in significant atmospheric radiation leaks, contaminating the soil and exposing thousands of personnel to hazardous material. While the public's attention stayed focused on harmless tales of space visitors, the military was able to carry out high-risk nuclear experiments with very little outside scrutiny. Today, the base is an active hub for defense research, requiring an estimated 1,500 employees to maintain its operations. These workers commute to the base daily on a fleet of unmarked Boeing 737s. Operated by the Air Force and known as Janet Airlines, these planes shuttle personnel between Las Vegas and the desert in total anonymity. The perimeter is protected by buried motion sensors, 24-hour patrols, and warning signs that authorize the use of deadly force against anyone who crosses the boundary. Area 51 exists as a testing ground for the most sensitive aviation technology in the United States arsenal. The fascination with extraterrestrials allowed the military to test experimental weaponry in relative peace, keeping the world's attention fixed on the stars while the real secrets stayed on the ground. If you're planning a trip down the Extraterrestrial Highway, keep your distance. You won't find any aliens, just a $1,000 fine and highly radioactive dirt.